A thread by Jason D. Meister. The outcome of the 2020 election was statistically implausible. First, President Trump received more votes than any previous incumbent seeking re-election. He got 11 million more votes than in 2016, the third largest rise in support ever for an incumbent. By way of comparison, President Obama was comfortably reelected in 2012 with 3.5 million fewer votes than he received in 2008. President Trump earned the highest share of all minority votes for a Republican since 1960, more than half a century ago. President Trump grew his support among black voters by 50% over 2016. Nationally, Joe Biden's black support fell well below 90%, the level below which Democratic presidential candidates usually lose. Trump increased his share of the national Hispanic vote to 35%. With 60% or less of the national Hispanic vote, it is arithmetically impossible for a Democratic presidential candidate to win Florida, Arizona, Nevada, and New Mexico. Bellwether states swung further in President Trump's direction than in 2016. Florida, Ohio, and Iowa each defied America's media polls with huge wins for President Trump. Since 1852, only Richard Nixon has lost the Electoral College after winning this trio, and that 1960 defeat to John F. Kennedy is still the subject of great suspicion. Midwestern states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, always swing in the same direction as Ohio and Iowa, their regional peers. Ohio likewise swings with Florida. Current tallies show that outside of a few cities, the Rust Belt swung in Donald Trump's direction. Yet, Joe Biden leads in Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin because of an apparent avalanche of black votes in Detroit, Philadelphia, and Milwaukee. Biden's winning margin was derived almost entirely from such voters in these cities, as coincidentally, his black vote spiked only in exactly the locations necessary to secure victory. He did not receive comparable levels of support among comparable demographic groups in comparable states, which is highly unusual for the presidential victor. We are told that Joe Biden won more votes nationally than any presidential candidate in history, but he won a record low of 17% of counties. He only won 524 counties as opposed to the 873 counties that Barack Obama won in 2008, yet Joe Biden somehow outdid Obama in total votes. Victorious presidential candidates, especially challengers, usually have down ballot coattails. Joe Biden did not. The Republicans held the Senate and enjoyed a red wave in the House, where they gained a large number of seats while winning all 27 toss-up contests. Donald Trump's party did not lose a single state legislature and actually made gains at the state level. Patrick Basham. Stop the steal.
I will be the greatest president that God ever created.